Welcome to RV and Travel Adventures. My name is Jesus Manuel Menegares. I hope you're doing fantastic wherever you're at. This is a one-year report on the purchase of my Rockwood Mini Lite 2205S 2022 edition. Again, I bought it last December about this time, mid-December. Again, 2021, and now it's 2022. To be succinct, I really like my Rockwood Mini Lite 2205S. It's everything I expected. Were no major issues in quality. The things that I fixed, put some Dicor on one of the MaxxAir fans because it was leaking water. I did that myself yesterday. And then, of course, my fan over the oven, the Lite fan. The wires were a little bit wonky, so I took it apart, took out 4 screws, readjusted the wires a little bit, moved them a little bit, taped them a little bit more, and checked it out, and working fine as of yesterday. And so that's very nice. That was a simple fix. So those are the 2 major issues I had with my Rockwood Mini Lite. Again, when I received the RV, one of the doors was a little bit, askew. It was not exactly aligned perfectly, and the screws were a little, they weren't in there all the way. So I had to unscrew them, and of course, by the time I unscrewed it, some of the wood was pulverized. So I had to put some wood filler in there and let it dry. Then I put in the screws, and now it's pretty solid. So those are again, not just 2, but 3 things that I've had issues with my Rockwood Mini Lite. Things I would have preferred, modernized. Sometimes these RV manufacturers are a little bit old school. They're slow to produce things that are of current technology, current iterations of technology. For example, the number 1 complaint I have about my Rockwood Mini Lite 2205S is the fact that it uses a super budget Go Power PWM pulse width modulated charge controller with a little display right under the TV. Essentially, it's a piece of crap. It's good, but it's as compared to an MPPT, it's about 70% as good as an MPPT charge controller. Multiple PowerPoint tracking, if I get that right, charge controller. I would have preferred something of a higher quality. I would have preferred that Rockwood spend another $25, $35 and got something a bit better, but they didn't. So that's my main irritant in my RV. It's not taking advantage of my batteries to this degree. It's only taking advantage of my batteries and my storage and its output only to this degree. Less. I like more. Just like most of you, I like more. I like a bigger steak, not a smaller steak. I want a little bit more. So I bought my Rockwood from the kind folks at Wana RV in Shipshewana, Indiana. They were very nice. They didn't give me any BS trying to sell me extended warranties. I told them ahead of time I wasn't going to get the extended warranty. I didn't want this. I didn't want that. I just want to pick it up and buy it. And the only reason, only reason I bought it from Wana RV is because they gave me a good price. With 2 MaxxAir fans, some options here and there, it added up to $25,000. Then I added on the equalizer hitch for 10,000 pounds worth of, hitch capacity. I can always use it for another travel trailer. They threw in that for $700 installed. Very nice. I really, really like that. And again, I bought it. I just plopped down a check, a cashier's check, and I was good. So I drove it all the way from Indiana to Texas, and then I've also gone to the coast of Texas, over at Port O'Connor and areas around there, and drove it back. I also went a little bit east and a little bit west, and I've traveled quite a bit. So I've got about, I estimate, 2,000 miles on my Rockwood Mini Lite 2205S. Hasn't caused me any issues. I've been towing it, and a lot of folks would say, hey, why not get a bigger truck? Well, a bigger truck does not fit in my garage. And if I left it outside with the hail around here in Texas, we get a lot of hail in Texas, that truck would look like crap after a while. So I bought a truck that actually fit in my garage. I didn't want to spend another $5,000 building a little shelter for my truck. But I put it fits perfectly, even with this camper shell, in my garage. And my wife's Subaru's on the other side. So again, I got a Chevrolet Colorado 2016 LT, extended cab, again with a V6, and it works perfectly, and it tows my travel trailer well. Not great, not great. It tows it well. Every time I go up a hill, I have to slow down. I have to take it off cruise control because it wants to wind, that little RV's up significantly, so I do that beforehand. I've learned my lesson, and then I just modestly go up that hill, and then once I go on the other side of the hill, it's no problem, unless there's hill after hill. So if that's the case, I'll just keep it off cruise control. Again, I've had no problems towing here in Texas, Arkansas, Illinois, Missouri, etc., etc., and of course Indiana. I've had no problems towing. With my Chevy Colorado 2016 extended cab with a V6, no issues at all. Of course, if I had a bigger truck with a bigger engine with a fantastic tow package, it would tow a hell of a lot better. But I have no issues. Especially going down those country roads, those 2-lane country roads where you don't get a lot of semis. It just, and if it's flat, it's a piece of cake. I've gone 70 miles per hour towing my Rockwood Mini Lite. Not an issue. When I go down the highway, of course, with all the trucks, all the traffic, and all that craziness, and people passing you left and right, I usually go 65, 60, whatever. Whatever's, people don't have to honk at me. Go beep, 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 beep. Say, Jesus, can you go a little faster? And I say, I'm towing right now. Excuse me. So I'd like to thank the folks at Rockwood, Flagstaff. They're very nice people. I especially like talking to Anthony Yoder of the Yoder clan over there in Indiana. There's a lot of Yoders in Indiana. They're almost as bad as Garzas in South Texas. Yoders, a hell of a lot of Yoders. A hell of a lot of Yoders in Shipshewana and Elkhart, Indiana. So he's been very, very nice. If you have any questions about your Rockwood, just give Anthony Yoder an email. Just go to the website, and there he is. He's their customer service guy, and he answers their questions. And he got back to me every time I sent him something, a couple of days, no problem. And of course, I got interested in Flagstaffs and Rockwoods at a Flagstaff dealership locally called Explorer USA. And the Rockwoods, I went to Funtown RV here in the Fort Worth area. They're very nice people at both places. Of course, they're trying to sell you something, and they're always trying to sell something. And people ask, why didn't you buy your travel trailer from Explorer USA? They're just 2 miles from your house. Why'd you have to go all the way to Shipshewana to pick up an RV? That's because I got a better price. It's all about economics, just like anything. If I had the money, I'd buy a Prevost, but I only could afford $25,000, and I got myself over there in Indiana, in Shipshewana, Indiana, at Wana RV, a small 23-foot, 10-inch, 5,100-pound dry weight, 7,000-pound loaded Rockwood Mini Lite. We all have our budgets and our interests, okay? I just want to do some camping. I like the 2 seats, and I like the TV across the way. I knew I would be doing a lot of that because I do that a lot at home. When I'm not doing chores, I'm watching TV, watching the NFL, watching news, etc. And again, I'd like to thank the folks at Wana RV for giving me such a great price. They're very nice people, very professional. And as long as you know what you're doing and you go in there not doughy-eyed and just naive and saying, what do you recommend, salesperson? Well, I recommend you get this extended package. I recommend you do this and you do that, undercoating. I think you should get the interior coating, and that's only $2,000, $2,000 for that, $2,000 for that, and $5,000 for that. It's only money. You can afford it. Of course, being around RV dealerships and doing RV reviews for the last 5 years, 4 years, 5 years, I've learned a lot from talking to the salesmen, saleswomen, managers, and staff. I learned a lot. So, again, I do love my Rockwood Mini Lite. It gives me the opportunity to enjoy America's great outdoors, the great American outdoors, to go camping. I'm a big fan of camping. I'm a big fan of nature. I'm a big fan of, fishing. I like to go cycling. I like to go hiking when it's available. And I really enjoy the fact that I'm in a nice little small little habitat that protects me against the elements. And previously, I did some truck bed camping. My wife were cozily in the back of our truck, and we had a little tiny camper shell, and it was nice, but it's definitely not as nice as a recreational vehicle with a bathroom, a kitchen, air conditioning, heating, a full queen residential bed, a lot of cabinets, etc., etc. It's a lot better. But I can also see the value of having a tent. We did some tent camping back when we were in California, back in the 90s and 2000s, early 2000s. I could see the value of that. One of the things I've thought in my little brain, if I had the option, maybe I would like to do some more tent camping. Why would I want to do some more tent camping? If you spend $2,000-3,000, you can do some tent glamping. I'm talking about a nice little tent that pops out. Big tent. You maybe get 1 or 2 of those. Of course, nice pads, nice sleeping bags. You can even get a portable power bank with solar panels. The list goes on. Get yourself a DC fridge that's powered by that portable power bank and the solar, of course. List goes on and on. You can make it a lot more amenable to your discerning tastes. So I hope you're doing fantastic. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, again, I've been around this RVing infrastructure, the RVing ecosystems for the last 5, 10, 20 years. Back in the 90s, I used to go, we used to have a van. We would go in the Sierras and camp a lot. Go to New Mexico, camp a lot. Go to Arizona, camp a lot. My wife and I are outdoorsy people. We enjoy, again, what do we enjoy? And the only reason we're buying an RV is to enjoy the great American outdoors. Hope you're enjoying it too. Thanks for checking out my channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I would greatly appreciate if you can support my rather modest channel. And of course, please leave your kind and super friendly comments below. Abajo. Muchas gracias a todos ustedes. From Fort Worth, Texas. Hope you're doing, again, fantastic. Gracias. Adios. Bye-bye.